Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I am doing my first guide, at least this is probably going to be the first guide you will ever see from me. Today we're gonna do tower falling and failing, which in my opinion is probably like top 3 worst towers in the entirety of Ring 2. Maybe even going down to the top 5 worst towers of all time. The only reason why it isn't the worst one is because Shattered Dreams exists, because of the music update that has no redeeming qualities. So yeah, before we get on, I want to give some information about this tower. So first of all, this tower is a descending tower, and it has a theme. The theme is basically going from the surface all the way down to the Earth's core. This tower is known for its kill brick based gameplay and really bad punishment. This tower also used to have a lot of traps, but now they're indicated, I think. But yeah, I will tell you about them. So the hardest floors, that is kind of arguable, but I would say around 5 is the hardest floor. You might also struggle with 8 or 10 due to the nerf control, but here are the recommended items for the tower. First of all, I recommend that you get a rock, especially the rock. This tower becomes difficult after you get a rock, literally. And you get a T-pose when doing that. I will give my personal opinions about each floor's difficulty. I will give you some strategies, and yeah, let's give some more information from this tower. So this tower was one of the was added after Tower of Eternal Suffering into Ring 2, and it was made by Hadrox, and it was the first ever descending tower, and it is also, I think, the tower with the most soft locks, at least the tower, the first tower that had more than one soft lock section that is not an outside section. Also, yeah, I guess Torfrage had the first soft lock ever, but this is the last, this is the earliest soft lock you can play nowadays, since, you know, technically Torfrage Classic isn't part of the canon game anymore. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So this first floor is pretty simple for the most part. Just be really careful with your health. If you fell here, yeah, it's not that bad. But this floor is not that short. It's ever one of the longer ones. But don't worry, there are a lot of break floors. This floor here is net, so don't be scared. This part is not that dangerous, but here it's bad. Be sure to evade all the kill breaks, and this is the first semi-hard jump. There are multiple strategies, but I like to do a ledge grab, then go down by a bit, and then turn my camera and press A. So yeah, be careful. Remember to heal, and if you don't have a heal item, good luck. You're not gonna enjoy this tower. Be careful, this jump is very loud. And that floor, you just passed the mid-difficult floor. Now we have this floor here, which has that corridor music. Okay, but I guess let's continue. This floor has a lot more soft locks than floor 1, but for that the beginning is not soft lock. I would recommend that every time you enter a new floor you better watch out. You got onto this transparent platform to save yourself. This darker part is uncollidable, so I recommend that you stay away from it. And yeah, just continue. I would not recommend you to fail, but this soft lock is escapable. I'm gonna show you how too. Oh yeah, one tip that I would also recommend is that you do not have an item on while standing on kill breaks, because you will get damage. Okay, now we get to the part where you can get soft lock. Be sure to be careful with this fin stud. So the rest of the floor would guarantee your will guarantee the end of your run. So be really careful with that. Here, turn on shift lock to see it better. Do it head to turn. Same here. Okay, this part here is a quick thing to save yourself. You might also use T-pose to walk. Okay, don't give yourself a small break, and you just passed a bottom challenging floor. This floor is around mid difficult. You might struggle with it because there's okay. Somebody just wished me good luck, that's good. But there on this floor there's a massive Kirby spinner. So you gotta heal. If you heal, then your Hilbert item can give you damage again, can heal you again. Be sure to start. Be careful of this drop. But yeah, this floor's gameplay is really simple. Just be careful of the huge spinner that can kill you. Be careful of these long jumps, they're not easy. And drop down here. Nice, and you just reached floor 4. Yo, holy fucking clutter from crap. Anyways, yeah, make sure to heal. You're able to escape by going onto that platform on this part. The beginning of floor 4 won't soft lock you. Same with fear, I think. But yeah, just try to avoid it. Okay, be careful of the drop here. You gotta watch, you always gotta watch down. Stand in the middle to heal. This spinner part is pretty hard, at least it used to be very hard. They luckily nerfed it down, but you still are able to fail. This is the only part where you can get soft lock on this floor. Same with floor 5. Only the end can soft lock you. I'm starting to see a pattern here. Anyways, I recommend that once you have some decent amount of health, you get onto this kill rig and then just wait till the next spinner comes, which it does. Do it as early as you can and then get onto that as early as you can. Okay, welcome to floor 5. By the way, floor 4 is like bottom challenging. This floor here is, in my opinion, probably one of the hardest ones. With rounds being, yeah, I would say mid to high challenging. Yeah, and be careful due to these things here. Do not be careful with your jumps too, since you will hit your head on the ceiling, and then you will lose some HP. Stand in this corner to heal, okay? This part is really annoying, but do not rush at all. Just go here quickly through and land on this part. You could also go to the wall if you want to. We're about to close on onto the hardest part of the tower, at least the hardest jump. This is go back, jump, and then go back, and then go quickly back. Do basically a reverse head to turn. We are near the end of 5, but do not choke. There are still some bad jumps here. Okay, be careful here. This is basically near the ending. The next 2 floors won't have a soft. The next 3 floors won't have a soft lock. So, yeah, be sure to save your to calm your nerves before you get to it. Okay, nice. That jump needs to be done in a very short time. Stand on this corner part before you continue, because you're gonna easily lose health on this part. Have you ever played Geometry Dash before? This floor is very similar to it. This floor is only like peak medium or like bottom hard. So yeah, be careful. But yeah, this floor is really easy. Just watch out with your health. Basically just heal. Okay. Now we come to the maze. This maze might seem easy because it's around hard. But you gotta real quick learn the way. I recommend that you go here because I think there's an invisible part somewhere. So I'm not really sure right now. So I'm gonna look. But I think the free stock gap has an invisible part on it. So if you're fluent, you can heal yourself again with your heal item. And the cooldown is over, then just continue. Recommend also to look up. Also try to heal as much as possible. The bad thing is that there are 2 spinners, so you might die. You might even die easily. Okay. Be careful. You're very near the end of the maze. Go into this gap. Go real quick through this one-step gap. And welcome to floor 8. This floor is pretty hard, so you might fail with it. It's around mid-challenging. The main reason due to this floor's difficulty, some spinner jumps later on. And I guess these low ceiling jumps, but they just jump late on these. And that's it. Okay, now we get to the hardest part of the floor, these spinners. The first one is not too hard, and this one is also not too bad. Just go into the obvious direction. Now this one here is pretty bad. You gotta like do like a pretty weird jump, so I recommend that you are careful. Also, make sure to heal without a heal item on this kill break floor. Unless you're on a non-kill break part, you should not hold your heal item while being on the kill break. But because due to an animation glitch with the item, you might be able to die. Make sure to not jump too late onto the spinner. Same with here, just time it well, and you did it. Be sure you couldn't stand on these outside thingies to save yourself and go a bit more smoothly into it. But just try to aim into this corner. Welcome to floor 9. This floor is only around hard difficulty. I would say high hard because it still has a soft lock and is quite nerve-wracking, but don't be scared. Remember from earlier, the dark parts are uncollidable. So with that knowledge, just try to get through here quickly. And when I mean quickly, I mean quickly. Remember the dark parts are non-collidable. Okay, welcome to the last floor. This first bit is safe, but after that it has the last soft lock of the tower. So be sure to watch out. Go into this X pusher. Nice. Now we come to the last hard part of the tower. So you can either do this part or a wrap. I recommend that you try to stay away as much as possible from hard gameplay, since that could end your run. Oh yeah, I forgot to say that this floor is yeah, I would say around high challenging. So you watch out because this floor is not easy. Okay, here do not hold an item. You might get even more damage. Make sure to be fully healed. I did not do that right now, but you should do that if you want to beat this. Heal, just heal, okay? Yeah, one thing that is, did you know that this tower was the first ever kind of themed one? Even though Ancient Trickery has a better theming, this tower was technically the first one that had kind of a theme. Even though most people like I argue that the theme is not really there for the most part of the tower. Okay, that jump needs to be done carefully or else you will die. Aim for the kill break, and you've done it. You've beaten the tower falling and failing. GG. Hope you enjoyed this guide, and tell me in the comments how much you liked it and if I should change up anything on my guiding style. But without that, that's it for today, and hope you enjoyed this video. And see you next time. Bye.